Okay guys, today we are going to be looking at some entitled family stories. Oh, there's nothing worse than when your own family members are entitled. Ooh, okay. Our first one is from ArchieFem10 and it's called Entitled Brother Finally Got What He Deserved. Oh, we like it when they get what they deserve. That's always satisfying. Okay. I, 31 female, am in shock over the throwdown that I witnessed between my mum, 60s female, and my entitled brother, 26 male. Bro has been mooching off my mum and I. She and I co-own our house. Since 2017. He lived rent-free for 4 years. Finally, my mum managed to force him to pay his form of rent by paying some utility bills, a total of about $450 a month. Since 2021. That seems reasonable. You know, he is an adult now. He can pay his way. 450 isn't too much, so can't really complain about that. He has never paid his bills willingly. Of course he hasn't. Every month he demands to know why he has to pay the amount and demands proof of the cost as if my mum was trying to swindle him for some reason. And every time he finally gives us the money for the bills, he has told us he was bailing us out since we must be broke. Why else would we be making him pay for us? This guy sounds like a piece of work. Like, does he think that houses are just free? Like, yeah, houses are just free. You can just live and do whatever you want for free because it's your parents. Like, no, you're 26. Grow up and look after yourself. Ugh. Recently, he has been going off about how he can't wait to leave the house and he wants to save his money to move out, but he simply can't with the cost of all these bills weighing him down. My mother told him since he is so serious about moving house, she will gladly pay for his portion of the bills. She works seasonally, and all he would need to pay was his car insurance. She said she would give him until May 31st to save up as much as he could. He would then need to move out. I mean, I can't blame her. Like, if he's going to be such a useless piece of work and complain about everything, then I would have made him move out long ago, to be honest. But, I mean, some mums are a little bit too soft on their children. Since that agreement was made, entitled bro has gone on 2 trips out of state. One was a 4-day bachelor party in New Orleans. Has gone to poker nights with his friends multiple times. Refuses to so much as wash a dish and leaves a greasy mess wherever he goes in the house. Meanwhile, my mum has worked 6 days a week to make enough money to cover his expenses, and yet entitled bro hasn't thanked her once. Every time she asks him to do simple tasks, he ignores her or claims he forgot, despite how often she reminds him. He sounds like a terrible human being. Like, if this is you, if this is how you're living your life, grow up, you're pathetic. Like, dude, like, no. Just grow up. Like, honestly. Today she finally snapped. Good. His one bill that he's responsible for was due 4 days ago, and he never paid her. She texted him and reminded him verbally many times. She asked via text one last time today, and he finally responded by asking her to give him a receipt so she can prove his insurance costs what she claims it cost. And he never sent the money. She lost him and said she's sick of catering to him without so much as a thank you. She said she wants peace and he is no longer worth the trouble she's going through. She said she is removing him from the car insurance tomorrow and that he no longer has until the end of May to move out. He has 3 weeks. That's it. Good. I'm glad she's finally standing up for herself. I mean, unfortunately, she has probably made him this way, you know. Not necessarily, but quite often these children that act like this with their parents, it's because they've got away with it for years and years and years and they think they can do whatever they want. Like, if you don't want your child to be an entitled, lazy, useless idiot, then you need to teach them young. You really, really do. Like, unfortunately, it's just kind of, yeah. But at the same time, kick him out. That's another way to teach him. If he's out on the streets, he's got no choice but to grow up and pay his way, you know? Oh, I don't know. I don't know this guy, but I don't like him. She threatened to kick him out before and hasn't gone through with it yet, but this time felt different because I have never seen her go nuclear like that before. An entitled bro must have felt that same way because he went through the 5 stages of grief about 100 times during that fight. He screamed, cried, accused, name-called, tried to pull me in to defend him, tried to pull in his dad, lives 2 hours away, to defend him, tried to call my mum's sisters to defend him. This guy's pathetic. Claimed getting his own insurance was an emotional burden. Claimed she needs professional help because she is obviously out of her mind. Said that she obviously doesn't care about him. Otherwise, why would she so cruelly deprive him of such valuable resources? Because she's paying for them. And she's working extra hours to pay for them. She can't just afford it. Like, is it different if your parents have got loads of money and it's not any problem for them to pay for these things? But, like, she's working extra hours in order to cover the costs for you. So grow up and pay your own way, you pathetic idiot. Honestly, entitled people make me really angry, guys. I didn't realise I was this angry at these people. He went on and on for 3 hours and she didn't budge. Good. I don't want to get my hopes up that she'll stick to that 3-week deadline, but this is the closest she's come to evicting him. I hope this will scare him into leaving before she has to. I really hope she sticks to it. Like, you cannot keep enabling people like this. The more you let them get away with it, the worse they get. Like, you have to nip that in the bud early, preferably when they're still children, because if they learn it when they're really young, then they're more likely to behave that way when they're adults. However, if they learn while they're really young that they can get away with anything, then that's like ingrained in their psyche, and when they become an adult, it's really hard for them to change their ways. But yeah, this guy needs to grow up, honestly. Cocoa Bread Soho Shed said, if you can find a way to tell her you appreciate her courage, and if she needs emotional support, to tell you what she needs from you, do that. It doesn't matter how old someone is or the role they take on. Everyone needs support and encouragement. It's never too late to have an adult interaction with a parent. It's good when it comes from your own child. Yeah, good advice. Like, give her some support, encourage her, praise her, and hopefully she'll stick to it. You know. Also, as half owner of the house, let your mum and entitled brother know that you support her decision 1000%. You can even offer to help him pack in case he decides to pack items that are not his. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, oh, I'm going to help you pack. Code for, I'm going to check what you're packing because I don't trust you, you entitled piece of... Oh, Gypsy19C63 said, I would go one step further and tell your mum that many Redditors fully agree with her decision to close the bank of mum for her ungrateful, entitled, and frankly unhinged freeloading son. I'm sending strength and resolve to push this particular bird from the nest as he's an unbearable drain on the household resources. Greatest of luck. Yeah, honestly, this guy... he needs to get gone, like, get him out of there. You know, maybe being out there in the real world on his own will help him become a better person. Or he'll just carry on being a completely entitled freeloader, but at least he won't be your problem anymore. Like, oh. Guys, what would you do in this situation? Would you have kicked him out long ago? I think I would have. Oh, I don't know. Have you been in this situation before, guys? Have you got family members that are freeloading like this? Have you got ungrateful, useless family members that you just want to get rid of? Like, guys, tell me in the comments. Let's talk about it, guys. I want to know. I want to hear all the juicy gossip, please. Okay, our next story is from Grand Pineapple 4856. They say, entitled aunt is upset about not being invited to my wedding. Ooh, we love a bit of wedding drama. Come on. Okay, I, 26 female, I'm getting married in 2 weeks. Now, neither one of my dad's siblings have been in contact with me since October of 2019, when my grandmother passed away, and after her funeral, I sent out an engagement announcement, not a save the date. My dad is the one who wanted to send it to his family. We are not friends on social media and everyone is blocked. Background: my uncle's wife called me an entitled brat because she has 4 kids to split the inheritance, whereas I am only one child. Honestly, why is it that when a family member dies, everybody goes crazy and starts arguing over money and stuff? Like when my grandparents died, there really wasn't much money to go around. Not really anything. And I was absolutely fine with that. But there were members of the family that got really pissy about not getting any money. Like, why do you need an inheritance? That's their money. I mean, I actively encouraged my granddad to spend his money in his retirement because it's his money that he worked hard to earn. He should enjoy his last years, not save it up for everybody else. Like, we had lots of arguments, let's just say that. But I hate how people do that. Like, a member of the family is dead. Why do you care about money? That's just heartless. I know my dad said some about she needed to keep her nose out of family business. Grandma even put in her will that spouses were to not be involved. Neither of my dad's siblings liked that and cut my entire family off. My mum, my dad and myself. But today I got a note in the mail from my dad's sister, including a wedding gift, but a nasty note from her being upset about not being invited. What do you expect? Like, you haven't talked for years. You haven't talked for years. And the last time you talked, you all fell out. You've been cutting her out because you were angry at her. And you're angry she's not invited you to her wedding. Grow up, woman. What's wrong with you? You don't talk to me in 5 years, yet you want to be invited to my wedding. Yeah, exactly. That's her special day. Like, why would she want to involve people who don't even like her? Like, you've literally not talked to her for years, and yet you think that you're entitled to go to her wedding? Well, you probably just want free food or something, don't you? If you want to extend an olive branch and build a new relationship with these people because, you realise you were an idiot and you want to actually mend the broken relationship, then that's great, do that. But don't use her wedding to do it. Like, I'm hoping that that's the reason you wanted to go to the wedding, because you actually wanted to mend the broken relationship. But, like, if that was the case, you should have started small. Invite them round for dinner or something. Suggest going to the park together on a nice day. Don't just assume you're going to get an invite to a wedding when you've been an absolutely horrible person to her. Like, why would she want to share her special day with you if you're a horrible, horrible human being? Oh gosh, I'm more I don't know. I've got some opinions today. Okay. Sorry, I just needed somewhere to rant because I have to wait till morning to talk to my therapist. No, don't be sorry, love. Keep it up. My therapist is for all the life trauma I've had. She also sent it to my parents' house. She doesn't have my address. The reason she got an announcement is my dad. He's extremely old-fashioned and kind of has a petty streak. I'm the second oldest cousin on that side, and my uncle said his oldest, who's the oldest grandchild, was gonna get married first. Oh, so your dad only sent the invite to rub it in that you're getting married before his brother's child? That is quite petty, I like that. We love a bit of petty, guys. Come on, that's great. But frustrating at the same time. Like, don't get them involved. I know you're just trying to rub it in, but now you're stirring up new drama that nobody needs. Like, oh. Skills7930 said, personally, I'd have the gift returned with a note that said, apologies for the confusion. Unfortunately, space for the wedding is limited, so we're not able to include distant relations. Thanks for thinking of us, but it's not necessary. Have the day you deserve. I like that. Distant relations, that would really wind them up. To be fair, if they've distanced themselves from you, then Why do they think you'd want them at their wedding? I actually don't understand that. All that's going to do is cause drama on your wedding day. And that's your wedding day. You don't want to invite anybody who's going to cause drama. Honestly, these people are stupid. Grand Pineapple said this is exactly what I have been wanting to say and do. Yeah, I don't blame you. Firefly Gal said, simply return the gift. No note. It can be so easy to get enticed into being snotty or petty back. Yeah, it can be. But they really aren't worth it. Let her fume and badmouth you if she chooses. It doesn't affect your life in the long run. Congrats on your engagement and good luck with the wedding. Yeah, I mean, that's the sensible advice, isn't it? Just send the gift back. No note. Just ghost them. To be honest, that might wind them up even more. So maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, you probably should do that, because if you send a note, then you're opening up communication. If you send a note, she's going to send another note. It's going to become a whole back and forth then, and you don't need that. Just send the gift back and ghost them. They didn't want anything to do with you, so you don't have anything to do with them. You don't need to talk to them. You don't need to think about them. You don't need to do anything. I'm sorry that they're dragging up things that are making you this anxious that you need to go to your therapist. Like, I'm sorry that's happening to you. Just try and forget them. They're clearly horrible people that you don't need in your life. Just think about the wedding, think about the positive things, and don't even acknowledge them. They don't deserve your acknowledgement, sweetheart. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this one? Have you had this kind of drama in your family? Have you had family drama when a loved one passed away like I did? Let me know in the comments, guys. I'd love to talk to you about it. Guys, I love talking to you down there. Give me all the comments. I want to hear from you, please. What did you think of the posts we discussed today? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.